Hey, what's up? It's Ricky Burke from CyberSec People. So coming to you with the CSP vlog number 5. So thank you to all those that have watched so far, and if you're coming in for the first one, welcome. This week we've spoken a lot about relationships, building relationships, and how essential they are in your career. So whether you're at the beginning, middle or latter stages of your career, they're essential. And if you're starting out, they're even more critical. So we've touched upon going to conferences, events, meetups, and the importance of those, and meeting people face to face. The other part is relationships that can be built online. So in the professional working world, the most easiest way to do that is via LinkedIn. So if you don't already have a profile, get yourself one. When you do, make sure it's a full profile. Let people know who you are, what you do. Make it informative. So when people do actually see it, they would like to connect with you. So one of the easiest things that people do, and one of the most laziest, particularly when adding connections, is just going send. So my advice to people, especially those job seekers out there that are looking to break into the industry, from graduates to people transitioning to security, is to be proactive. So getting in touch with the managers, senior people out there, and trying to let them know who you are and what you have to offer. So that doesn't mean do a search of managers, leads, whatever job title in a certain area, Melbourne, Sydney, Wellington, New York, London, and then just doing search in that vicinity, and then just go send. That is lazy, and you will not get connections from every single person. You'll get a few, but on the whole, you won't get many people connecting with you. So my advice is to take a step back from that. It is a slower approach, but a more productive approach will be to send individual messages. So as someone who gets a lot of connection requests, I would say 1 in every 40, 50 have a personal message. So when someone sends a personal message, it makes a massive difference. I'm a lot more inclined to accept that connection request if that person's taken the time to send a message and tell me why they would like to connect. So it'd be easy to connect to every single person in the world, and to be honest, I used to connect to anyone. These days I'm a lot more picky about who I connect with. The important thing is I want to see that we can add each other value. Sometimes that value is unknown, but I'd like to see some sort of connection. If we have no mutual connections and you're not even in security, then I have no idea how I can try and help you. So when you are looking at someone you'd like to send a message with, particularly someone who maybe has a very good reputation in the industry, someone who's quite senior, take the time and the courtesy to sort of explain why you'd like to connect. So how can you add value to that person? Or have you read some research about them? Have you seen something they've published? Have you seen them at a conference? Did you see them present? Do you have any mutual connections? Have you ever met that person? Don't be afraid to connect with people you haven't met with yet. So I know there's some advice from universities out there that I've heard of telling students not to connect with people they haven't met yet. Personally, I don't think that's the best advice, because if that was the case, you wouldn't get many connections. So people in this industry are pretty open-minded and very helpful. Sometimes you can just ask for help. That doesn't mean ask for a job, but maybe offer to take someone for a coffee. Explain, maybe if you're looking to learn something, so let's pretend you want to become an expert in forensics. It would make a lot of sense for you to build relationships with people that are in the forensic space. So you could do a search, let's pretend you're living in Melbourne. So you look at all the forensics people in Melbourne, then you'll find a few people and then send some individual messages saying that you see them as an expert in this space, maybe you have a mutual connection. You are personally looking to grow your knowledge and would love to meet with more like-minded people, and if they can help out, then that'd be fantastic. So offer to take them for a coffee, and you will find you'll get some yeses within that. So something like that could be really easy for you to build relationships and pick up some expert knowledge from people in this space. So look, don't be lazy. Take the time to send a message. Make it individual. Another big piece of advice is once they have accepted, don't just send a message 5 minutes later or whatever short period after with some sort of proposition, sale or something. So I see this a number of times with salespeople where they'll connect with maybe a manager or a decision maker and then instantly sending that sort of copy and paste message. I do this service, I'm selling this. It's a massive turn off. So when I personally receive that, it really doesn't interest me. And again, it's a big no. So again, if you're looking for a job, don't just outrightly come up with, I need a job. Offer what you have. So again, discuss what you have to offer is a more appropriate way to say it. So what have you been learning? What have you been self-educating yourself on? What are the experiences that could add value to that organisation? So that would be my big advice. So offer some value. Offer to take people for coffees. Try and build relationships. Don't be lazy. So again, take the time to do so, and I believe you'll make some more meaningful connections out of that. So today's Saturday. There'll be vlog number 6 happening tomorrow. So 6. And I've got some very, very exciting news to talk about. So that may come tomorrow, may come Monday. One of those 2 days. So if either you're an experienced person that likes helping, or you are someone who's looking to break into security and looking for advice, there'll be some interesting information for you. So keep posted, and in the meantime, have a great weekend. Take care.